There's so much ignorance around alcohol use disorder and alcoholics themselves, usually from non-alcoholics or people who are normalized drinkers. And a lot of it is because they see a mirror image of a person in themselves. And for them, they look at somebody who is failing. They're falling down drunk, they're being belligerent, they're getting into fights, they're acting socially unacceptable. And that's difficult to really comprehend and put it into perspective. You can't take an irrational disease and look at it through rational eyes. So there's always going to be a lot of judgment and shaming and finger pointing towards something that most people simply don't understand. And this is what the whole point of this page really is, to make people understand, if they're willing to really delve into it. And it's not simply, just stop drinking, just stop drinking. I used to tell my wife that, can't you just stop drinking? Because I didn't really understand that, no, it's not a choice. It's a chemical dependency, it's an emotional dependency, and in some ways, a physical dependency. And when that their identity has become being an alcoholic, that's a tough road to get out. So let's delve into this a little bit. And the thing is, for people who suffer from alcohol use disorder, it's not a choice. It's not a choice in the sense of, well, I've decided to wear my red shirt today and my blue jeans today. It's not that kind of a choice, because even in the beginning, it's not necessarily a choice. Because if you've grown up in a family culture where drinking is normalized, your parents drank, your grandparents drank, friends that came over to the house drank, siblings do, nephews, nieces, cousins. It's normalized. And then there's a high probability that you might have a hereditary disposition if your grandparents drank or their parents drank, if you even know that. ADH1B and ALDH2 on a chromosomal level gives somebody a predisposition to becoming an alcoholic. And then you mix that with family culture, you just represented about 50% of the reasons why people have situations with alcohol later in life. 50% of the reasons right there. Now, you tack on things like peer pressure. Most people start their alcoholic career between the ages of 13 and 20. So a lot of that is just getting over social anxiety. There's a lot of very introverted kids. Social anxiety, the alcohol equalizes that, and it's so important to fit in when you're in that age group. And this is where it begins. I mean, kids are pounded to drink from the time that they're almost a child. They see ads on television, they see their parents drinking. Oh, I can't wait to be an adult. And becoming an adult, drinking is a big part of that. And to say that that's a choice, that's not a conscious choice that people are making. It's a cultural expectancy that people are making. Now, the thing is, certainly in Western culture, drinking is so ingrained into our national and personality. It's just all part of it. I mean, there's a lot of countries where it's like Australia, Ireland, England, United States, Canada, Mexico, South Africa. I mean, just a lot of countries where drinking is a big issue. Germany, for example. There's a lot of other ones, but I mean, it's an example of a national identity. Now, drink, and that's, forced on you from a child. But here's the thing: don't drink too much, and don't get caught up in, any kind of normalcy, regularity. Don't drink on a regular basis. Only drink when you're supposed to. No, that's not how the human brain works. And the thing is, people who do create this consistency, so 3 or 4 days a week on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, turns into Monday, Tuesday, and before you know it, it is a 7-day week, and they think it's just part of how they relax. It's become a way to deal with their emotions, and then you become physically addicted, you become emotionally addicted, and you become psychologically addicted. And that's not something you can just turn off with the flick of a switch. That's when you need to get professional help, recognizing that. And the thing is, society has to have more empathy for this beast that they've created in so many human beings. This disease that culturally has been hammered into us since we were children. And it's a big part of why we have this problem in so many cultures across the globe. And really, the last thing I want to talk about this is accessibility. I mean, it's so accessible It's the one drug that's recognized. You're weird if you don't drink this drug or take this drug known as alcohol. And it comes in so many different sizes and flavors and shapes and colors that, it's all alcohol. It doesn't matter if it's beer, wine, spirits, or any variation of the above. It's all the same thing. You can get it at your local liquor store, your CVS, your 7-Eleven, grocery store. You can't walk. I have clients in major cities like London or Dublin. They can't walk to work without walking past 10 or 15 pubs. An Irish pub is just a cliche, and the thing is, that's a big part of it, is the accessibility. Now, when you're trying to recover away from that, you have to completely rebuild yourself. The whole point of this talk is to recognize the uphill battle that somebody is going through when they are trapped in the web of alcohol use disorder, and look at them through different eyes. Look at that they're caught in this web, and you have to have empathy and a far better understanding. We have to have a far, far better understanding than we do currently. And really, a lot of the education and perspective can be found in the memoir Amanda, A Cautionary Tale of Alcoholism. Again, you take my wife, for example. She was a very beautiful, kind, loving, productive human being, and by the end of it, she was a non-functioning, non-productive human being, to say the least, and she was completely reliant on alcohol, and she went down this exact path. I don't want you to do that. The last thing I want to say is I have the complete coaching program. Link is in the bio. Set it up. It's about a 45-minute Zoom call. We do a deep dive into what's going on with you and your family. Make sure the alcoholic is there. It's really designed to set up a sustainable sobriety for that person for the rest of their life. The call is free. The course is definitely not, but I'm looking for people who want to change their lives and the lives of their family forever. And again, thanks so much for listening.